Hello my beautiful people, welcome to your Summer Solstice energy update with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. So water signs, this is all about you and your summer season. What is it that you are welcoming in and what is it that you are ready to release? Before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you all on your paths, or should I say us, on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So I say us because, as many of you know, I have my moon in Cancer. So, cardinal water, what is it that you are welcoming in over this summer period as we head into it? And for this, you get the Tower card, right? So, whew, that's some shit. All right, so what are we welcoming in? Shocks, changes, surprises, upheavals, moments of liberation, moments of rebelliousness, moments of pure and utter, I did not see that coming. Whenever you welcome the Tower in, whenever the Tower shows up, this is where your life is about to be altered in some way. Sometimes it can be through an upheaval, sometimes it can be through a big shock or a big change. Sometimes we see it coming. You know, the Tower can come in many guises, many forms, and sometimes it happens suddenly, you know, and we'll be like, oh my gosh, you know, I feel completely blindsided by that. And then over time we realize that whatever it is that's come to an end or has been decimated in our lives was actually very, very liberating and freeing for us. What it kind of also talks about as well as the cracking of illusions. Sometimes you feel the Tower creeping up. Sometimes you know something is coming to an end, but you don't do anything about it. And this is the universe's way of saying, well, you know, you kind of knew it was coming. You didn't jump, so I'm going to push you. And that really is the Tower in a nutshell. Jump or be pushed. It's funny as well, because when you think about the Tower and the Fool, they're sort of different elements of the same sort of energy, right? And the Fool's kind of like, hey, you know what, I'm good, I'm going to take a leap of faith. Whereas the Tower card is like, well, you didn't jump, so God's hand or finger comes and just strikes whatever it is that needs to be removed down. So you're welcoming in the Tower, which means you're welcoming in big change. There is a big change. There's a big new distribution of energy that is coming into your life now. And this is about waking you up in some way, shape or form. So you're awakening to this new life, to this new sense of self, but you are welcoming in big change. All right, so let's have a look, see what is it that you, I don't know why I'm shuffling again, I already shuffled once. What are we releasing? We are releasing the Seven of Cups. So we're releasing confusion, right? So whatever it is that's held you confused, whatever it is that you might have not been sure about or may not have, you know, been clear on, this basically says to you that as a Seven of Cups, this is letting go of that confusion. It's letting go of all of the plates that you have in the air. Now, it's not saying that they're all going to come crashing down, but it does look like you are streamlining things. Like you're saying, you know what, this is all too much. I'm going to focus on this, this, and this. And what's really, really interesting about this, I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, I went through my entire readings list, which was huge. You know, I offered this and this, and I was just like, no, I don't want to do all of this anymore. I know what I want to do, I know what I'm good at, and I know what people actually need. So these are the things that I'm going to offer. And I streamlined the whole thing. So that kind of rings true for me already, you know, as we're about to step into the summer season, which is really nice. You know, I'll take it. I will take it. Scorpio, let's have a look, see what is it that you are welcoming in and what is it that you are releasing. So what are you welcoming in over this summer period? What is it that you need to know? So you're welcoming in the Knight of Cups, offers, opportunities. For some of you, this is specifically about love. When I just saw this card and I read the title, the Knight of Cups out, literally the word love came up in my head. So for a lot of you, this could be about work, it might be about jobs, it might be about projects, it might be even about collaborations. But for a select few of you, this is about love. And if I'm going to be really honest with you, I just get this sense that you're not going to see this person coming. It will be somebody that you've never met, somebody that comes completely out of the blue, is just going to bowl you over this summer. summer, and it may very well be something that flourishes and thrives or grows into something truly spectacular or something truly special. But your Knight of Cups is always a declaration of some sort, and it does look like a beautiful connection to be had. So what are you releasing? What are you letting go of? You're letting go of the Justice card. So this now, in one sense, it does look like you're letting go of having choices, right? But it's not necessarily about that. This is about you letting go of having too many choices. This idea of the pendulum swinging back and forth, right? This card represents Libra, also represents legal situations and also commitments. Now, the thing is, the person that's coming in for you, right? Scorpio loves long-term commitments. It loves to, to have that deep, dark, sort of intense, passionate, loving, taboo relationship with their one person, And that's the thing about Scorpio that I think a lot of people get really twisted. Like, a lot of people say, like, oh, they're secretive and, they're likely to have flings and all the rest of it. And, that's definitely a part of it. But if you are that one person that can satisfy all of the Scorpio's needs, you will have them forever. So if you are a cross-watcher, just make sure, if you really want to be with this person, you've got to be able to tick all of the boxes. And it's not about you being a checklist. It's about you saying, you know what, I can accept this person in their entirety. Coming back to you, Scorpio, this Justice card is basically saying to you, you're going to have to let go of this idea of commitment, what commitment actually looks like, what it means. And the reason I say that, you got the Knight of Cups here right next to the Justice card. Whoever this person is that is coming into your life, they may be sexually fluid. It's definitely a possibility. This might be somebody that is, maybe has a fetish or two. And interestingly enough, you're a Scorpio, so you wouldn't bat an eyelid, but it may be somebody like that. So you might have a very clear idea in your mind of what the commitment needs to be. And they might offer you an alternative. They might say to you, you know what, I really like you. I really want to be with you in a way. But it needs to kind of look like this for me. So this idea of a hard and fast, let's get married and walk down the aisle commitment doesn't necessarily feel like what it might be for you guys. It might be something completely outside of what's considered the norm. All right, so for Pisces, that's on a relationship level. On all other levels, in terms of the Justice card, this is about you letting go of some of your choices. This is, and it might be things that you had said to yourself, you know what, if you take this choice away from me, I'm going to be giving my power away. I think this is about you no longer identifying with something that you may have chosen in the past. So you're letting it go. All right, Pisces, you are welcoming in. Sorry, I went on a massive ramble there. Okay. Pisces, you got the Tower as well. Shocks, bombshells, moments of, everything that I said for Cancer applies for you too. This is about what you're welcoming in. You're welcoming in a new understanding of who you are, a new understanding of what you want to be or where you want to go. And it does look like you're having some sort of hindsight glimpse here. For a lot of you Pisces, you might get sort of into the summer, well into the summer, maybe even at the end of the summer, and you might think back to something and say, finally I get it. I get what they were talking about. I get what somebody was trying to teach me, what somebody was trying to tell me. And once you've got it, I've got to be honest, there might be a moment of when you get the hindsight blues, when you kind of say to yourself like, oh, but if I'd have known that at the time, it would have been different, and I would have done this and I would have done that. And you go into that whole shoulda, coulda, woulda place. It's just a waste of energy. Take that energy, take that understanding, that liberation that comes through, that understanding, that big realization. And once you've got it, just vow to do better with it going forward. You never know where your journey's going to take you, or you never know where it's going to take you back. Sometimes you can tread old ground in life, right? Whatever that means to you. You are releasing the Knight of Pentacles. So this idea of slow and steady wins the race, that's not going to hold true for you guys anymore. Pisces is kind of content to go wherever things take them. And it looks like you are getting a bit more not rigid, you know, but it does look like you're letting go of this idea of where you thought things were going before. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's something about this card that kind of says, you know, you're letting go of that slow and steady wins the race, and you're saying to yourself, right, okay, where have I not been proactive? Where is it that I have not been true to myself? Where is it that I haven't shown up in the way that I could? Where is it that I have actually just been coasting because I've had, you know, whatever it is, you know, whatever it is that has maybe served to help you but not necessarily grow you. This could be a big realization for you, and it looks like you're releasing that or letting it go. And finally, water signs, your key to the summer, your key to this season. What is it that you need to know? And this time you get the Moon card, which is actually Pisces ruled. Okay, so it looks like this whole sector is going to have, it will have a lot of you water signs glancing over the past. Really groundbreaking. But it does look like over this period you will be very reflective. It looks like you're going to be really going through your own personal past with a fine-tooth comb. You're going to be seeing things and people and situations very clearly over the summer. This is something that you really need to be aware of, and especially for Pisces and Cancer, because it looks like there's a big realization coming through here. It looks like a lot of you might be kind of saying, look, you know what, you know, maybe you'll be having some sort of reflection or some sort of understanding or eureka moment, and it kind of makes you go, wow, you know what, maybe I missed the point there, or maybe I wasn't aware, or maybe, you know, this is what everybody's been talking about and I just didn't click, I just didn't twig on. The other thing with your Moon card as well, it represents your past, right? It represents your past lives, delving into those things, understanding where you're taking the rose-tinted glasses off in this present life and seeing things and people exactly as they are. And sometimes that can be really shocking or it can be really painful. It just depends on your personal, you know, circumstances and also who you are as a person. But it does look like in some way, shape or form, for all of the water signs, nothing is ever going to be the same again once summer is done. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic summer solstice time. Have a fantastic summer in general. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care. I'll see you soon.